love it. It really is 21 day to cultivating a habit. You know, I don't know if anyone has ever been in theater or had to memorize something. You don't have to be in theater to have this experience, but something that you memorize, you learn it on script. And then there's a moment you can say, I felt the shift where what was on paper, I became one with that. And then you were able to, it's not like ad-libbing, it just, you feel it as yourself. The prescription is the script, and you practice it enough such that then you're off script with it because you've so merged with it. And that's really what one of the many intentions here is for the 21 day accelerator. I like efficiency practices because it reminds us that I have time for 10 minutes. I may not, it may be authentically true. I don't have time for 45 minutes today. And I always do have 10 minutes. So efficiency practices are sort of the gateway to creating a habit that we have a greater likelihood of sustaining.
Something new is here. Something new has begun, and we get to travel with you all who have also said yes with us. We're in this curriculum too. We're in this living movement, breathwork, awareness, self-development practice every single day as well. And so for each one of you here, whether we've traveled together for many years or for just meeting for the first time, thank you for saying yes.
I was thinking about perfection this morning and how in some ways, and I know this will sound so dramatic, in my 4-style way, I present the following thought. How like absurd, how heartbreaking that we can forget that we're not here to do anything perfect, and our evolution doesn't ever really reach this mountain peak where we are finished, where somebody's waiting there with an evolutionary trophy that says you have now reached the spiritual summit. You are now a designated spiritual person and good job, right? Like none of that happens and nobody cares. What is true is what Christopher is saying, that we're always in this with you because our lives are unfolding. Try this out. It doesn't mean it's necessarily the truth. However, it's a pretty empowering context that I've tested living my life by in this incarnation, and it really makes a difference. Imagine if your life is unfolding with no exception for your healing, learning, growth, and evolution. Always, without exception. So in that regard, it sort of collapses the idea of like, why are we so hard on ourselves when we stumble, when we fall off, when we go sideways, when we step away from our practices? We didn't come here automatically out of the gates to do anything perfectly. In fact, many of you, if you've ever been around your own children or other children, reality check. They're like these mushy little sweet, beautiful spiritual aliens that are like, where am I? What is it that children want to know when they hit that point around 2? Is what's that? What's that? What's this? What is this? Why? What's that? What's that? We're here to like roll up our sleeves and get a little messy. And with every experience and interaction we have with ourselves, others, and the world, there's something happening for us to support and facilitate our healing, learning, growth, and evolution. We're not here to do anything perfectly. So this process, these coming together, whether it's every Sunday or every day for 21 days, is designed for us to learn. We're here to learn. And I know I am not saying anything you've never considered. We know as a mental construct, oh, I'm here to learn, I'm here to learn, I'm here to learn. And yet all that's required to learn is your steady self-effort. Steady self-effort. Just keep showing up. Get messy. Know what it feels like to fall away from your practices and come back. Why? Because when we fall away from our stuff and then come back, what does that afford us access to? Deeper compassion for ourselves and others. It softens the critical judgmental mind of ourselves and others. Our judgments and criticisms are either inward directed towards ourselves primarily or outwardly directed towards others. So you want to know what side of the coin you just have a tendency towards, because compassion for yourself and other is that antidote. This process of 21 days is to support your steady self effort, your accountability to you, not to us. And it's way more fun to do together.